Gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What it is today is a whole lot of real talk. Real ones on the thumbnail. I'm about to explain exactly how I feel, what we're all bringing to the table, and what the movement is, right? What it isn't, and it ain't never gonna be, is added preservatives and talk just to talk, right? Now, as you guys can tell by that thumbnail, there's some real influential raza right there, right in front of you, right in front of your máscara. And in menudo style, in a direct fashion, I respect each and every one of these men on that thumbnail. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is, first and foremost, we're all raza, and we're all bringing to the table something spectacular with our vernacular, right? We're getting on our platforms, homes, and we're spreading the unity. We're spreading the raza message. We're spreading the love, and we're spreading the force, homes. May the force be with you. Orale. So I'm going to break down each one of these guys, what they bring to the table, and why you guys should tap in with their channel and respect, homes, their ability to bring you guys the best possible content, as well as the best possible push for the raza menudo style, right? First and foremost, we have Gil, American Cholo. Okay, now when it comes to Gil, man, sometimes his content rubs me the wrong way. Okay, sometimes I'm not feeling each and everything he says, but that does not minimize the respect I have for the way that he pushes, for his push, right? When a man is out there really on the forefront, really pounding pavement, homes, really putting his fucking 10 toes to the concrete and handling his business for the raza, you cannot deny, exactly what he's doing for the gente, for the people. Of course, he's pushing his movement, Cali Max, much respects. And I gotta say, man, that Gil has transitioned from being basically a podcaster and speaking his mind on certain issues, to more of a raza-based oriented podcast. He's letting it be known that the people obviously need a voice, obviously need leadership, and obviously need a way in. I say a way in because we haven't got, can we get ours? Can we get ours? Can you hear me now? Can you fucking hear me now? Holyfield, going 2 ears. We need our way in, and a lot of people are not willing to go on the forefront and voice their opinions and let it be heard. He is the type of individual, the type of man that is definitely willing to do that. So he brings a lot to YouTube. He brings a lot to the world. He brings a lot to Southern California. The way he pushes and he brings the gente together, and his voice is felt. It's about being felt, not necessarily heard. Anyone can hear you. So, can you hear that Bozo over there? Simon, hey, I hear him every morning. I'm seeing he's talking a whole lot of gang shit, right? But when you're felt, when people sit down, so I'm gonna hear the vato, hear what he got to say. That's a key thing. That's a great thing. That's something that Gil does on American Cholo, and that's something he's to be respected for, because he's literally pushing that movement single-handedly. Now, I know a lot of people are helping him. A lot of people play their part, play their role, but that vato is definitely on the forefront of doing this, and he's to be respected. The whole Tyga incident, the man fell into the leadership role there and definitely got a lot of things done with connections, with networking, with availability, and making shit happen. So I respect Gil. Now, on the second on that list right there, homies, you got the homeboy Dubs. If you haven't tapped in with my boy Dubs, tap in with him. Indubitably tap in with him. Dubs, what I like about him is he's someone that did 24 plus years, homes, CYA, prison. So he's been everywhere. People wonder where they, about. He's been in prison. He's been in shoes. He's been in oils. He's been on yardas. He's been on 4 yards. This man has walked the linea in general population, homes, and was able to fucking do it with, say it with your chest, Dubs, was able to do it with his chest held high. Okay? From a young buck, from a knee-high young buck all the way to a grown man, he developed educational skills. He developed everything that he needed to guide him through a journey through hell. He's been there and done that. So when I listen to his stories and I listen to everything that he says, I'm getting an education lesson every day. This is the type of man that is going to give it to you raw diggity. He don't need a Trojan, right? He's like, yeah, I use the gold ones, Dubs, but that's where we differ. Orale, man, Spencer Dubs. Shout out. Me and my boy Dubs are definitely on the same page when it comes to a lot of discussion, when it comes to a lot of things. And I definitely agree with the fact that man has a lot of education to spread, knows a lot of things, but knows when to say things and when not. Okay, and this is someone definitely that Raza can look to for leadership skills, because he's the type of individual that thinks about what he's going to say before he says it. He's just not speaking to be spoken. You know what I mean? He's speaking because he has real shit to get off his chest, and he really lived a life. If you want to know how to detour yourself from going down that road, then you listen to someone like Dubs, who's already lived it for you. Okay, this is a man that knows exactly what he's talking about, and a man that has been very influential to the Raza, because the Raza recognizes that just like I do. You know, we recognize our leaders out there in the community. We recognize our leaders on certain platforms, and his platform is definitely blowing up, and it's quite deserving because the Vato knows what the hell he's talking about. He is someone that we all need to listen to. We all need to admonish as, you know, so trip out on the Vato. The Vato's the real deal, right? And he's definitely someone that we need to sit back and say, you know what? Wow. Some of the things that he's went through, some of the twists and turns that he's been down that road, Holmes. I don't want to go down that road. So why not listen to a man that can lace you up and detour you from going down that path? You know, definitely influential to the Raza right here on YouTube, because he's going to give you the details and the stories behind everything that he says, and they're correct to every effect, actual and factual. Now we got about this like Bozo, right? Orale Bozo. Respects, brother. I don't know this man personally. I know of his music. I've seen what he's been doing lately on certain podcasts. And his voice is starting to be heard, man. You know, he's definitely someone from the streets who's out there still in the calles, who has big influence on the calles, who I believe is bringing the younger crowd, crossing the line from the younger crowd into the older generation, and bringing the gente with them. You know, down south, he's very well respected. It seems like whatever Gil chooses to do, how he moves, he's moving right alongside with them, because he sees the potential to prosper for the Raza, Chicanos, Raza, Mexicanos, whatever the case may be, Latinos, however you identify, this Vato is for you. We seen when the pull-up was real on No Jumper, Bozo definitely was very outspoken. He had a lot to say, and I liked the way he conveyed his message for the people. His message was not, we're asking, but we're telling. It's not the message of, hey, can we? It's we will, we shall overcome. The time is now. And it's people that have a strong mentality and people that are willing to be a warrior, Holmes, and fight and be on frontline status. These are the type of gente that we need for the Raza. These are the type of people that will get the jale done, Holmes. You know, you don't need people that just talk about it but don't never participate in the reindeer. Hey, sounds good, watch out. You know what I mean? Hey, that would be cool, man, if we could get in the industry, but I mean, it is what it is, Adam. You know, fuck that. Adam, where are you? You know what I mean? Hey, Duno, where are you? Vato? You know what I mean? We do not ask you to take down a post that is defaming the character of a man that is pushing on the forefront for the Raza. We demand, right? And that in itself, man, shows leadership skills, and he's bringing a lot to the table when it comes to YouTube and the platforms, as well as to the calles and to the music industry, because this Vato is not going to take no for an answer. Those are the type of people that I get behind. Those are the type of people that I fight side by side with. Those are the type of soldados that we need in the Raza movement, because if we don't have these gente, if we don't have these people, then what do we have? We're only as strong as our weakest link. These are things that I've learned, Holmes, doing penitentiary time, doing CYA time, living life as a fucking a Chicano man. You know, if we don't come together as a people, if we don't show solidarity and canalismo, then we'll always be overlooked, oppressed, and overstepped. Because traditionally, the Raza is a quiet people, Holmes, a hardworking people that will go out there and get it, Holmes, and try to bring it back, but do it under the radar. It is time now to do it, Holmes, on the forefront. If you see us on your calle, taram, 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 orale. You got some sharks coming, and we're not all from Pomona. Orale, but we're doing it. Respects to the Pomona 12th Street Sharks. But I respect Bozo in his get down. I absolutely respect him and the way that he's crossing hip hop, you know, Chicano, gangster rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, over mainstream. You know, people like him, honorable mention Misfit Soto, and Mr. Capone, several other individuals that are taking the initiative to fight for the Raza. You know, it takes a lot to be that man. It takes a lot, Holmes, to put your career on hold and everything on the line, you know, for a true belief, the true belief being the people. Now, whether you only represent a certain geography or you represent all gente, Holmes, we got to take what we can get and run with it, Holmes. The unity is slowly but surely becoming realer and realer within the Raza faction, Holmes. And people like Bozo, I appreciate as a person. Now, let's get to the next guy. Tony A, the wizard. The Pinchy wizard of a ding dong, the bitch is dead, the bitch is dead. Order to shout out respects to my boy Tony A, the wizard. First and foremost, I have had the privilege of meeting this man and shaking his visa. I met him at the Cholo Trucker Gunner Unity Fight, charity fight for the Raza, something that we put on, Holmes, not to basically entertain everyone with the fight, but to point a message out, you know, to show a message of unity, to show a message of canalismo, to show a message that the Mexicanos can get our shit together and shit can be accomplished and done, okay? That right there in itself, man, was something big in my life, something I'm sure big in Cholo Trucker's life, and everybody that was involved. Big Joe Castro, Big Rojo, you know what I mean? Big Paul, everybody's big. What about me? Well, I mean, I'm all right, I'm big too. But you know what I'm talking about, gente? We all came together for power, like La Onda, Homes, and we set it off. You know what I mean? Like Queen Latifah. We did our thing. You know what I mean? There was a lot of U-N-I-T-Y. And the canalismo was there. The embracement was there. Well, I met Tony A. He actually pulled up to the event to show support and also to be a part of the historic event that was happening. It was history in the making. It was something that had never happened before. Vatos from up north and Vatos from down south coming together, whether it be an active event and gangbanging, and that's neither here nor there. It had nothing to do with gangs. It had more to do so with Raza from all regions, from all areas coming together and being able to talk, express themselves, and figure out what we've always said, homes. Those of us that have always spoken, we're all the same, homes. We all ate those carnita tacos after and enjoyed those motherfuckers, and the Modelo was icy going down. Anyways, Tony A has brought a lot for the gente and put the gente out there for many, many years. You know, being a pioneer in the Latino rap game, in the Chicano rap game, working with a lot of artists. This vato has been doing a lot behind the scenes for a very long time. And he's been very influential down there in the LA streets in Wilmas. And so I got to respect him. You know, I got to respect him. His platform, Rhodium Radio, make sure that you guys tap in. He always brings young entertainers up and coming Raza. He always speaks about the harsh issues and the harsh realities of what's going on in the calles, homes, and lets people know in his own way, man, exactly the way he feels. He expresses his feelings, and I respect him for the way he gets down. He's brought in a lot of people who have actually blown up since then, and he's brought in a lot of people, man, that are very intellectual and people that you want to sit back and watch. You know, that is heavy influence in YouTube as a Raza member. That is what we need, gente. We need someone who's going to provide a platform, who's maybe been in the game thicker and knows a lot more than a lot of other individuals, who's able and willing to give the youngsters an opportunity to shine. You know, we don't get as Raza a lot of opportunity to shine, homes. It's our time. And we need people like Tony A, the wizard, to provide that platform so that way the youngsters have a way to wiggle. He's opening doors where doors have been closed, right? This is all on his hard work. You know, he made the necessary moves 25, 30 years ago to start dealing with individuals like DJ Quick, second to none. You know, the list goes on and on. Like I said, his influence in the rap game and hip hop, you know, being a hip hop head, and also his influence with the Raza is second to none. No pun intended. You feel me? He's getting his issue on, and that's just the way it is, indubitably. He says it with his chest on power, and I give him his respect. Now, another individual that you see right there, man, of course, is the individual Marvelous Inc. Marvelous de Maravilla. You know, I spoke on him yesterday concerning the word Chicano and the dispute he had with American Cholo concerning that word. And all I can say is this is one of the most intelligent individuals that I've ever come across when it comes to Raza. He is very well versed in his education, his cultura, his history, and his thirst for education is second to none. It's bar none. He's one of the individuals that I look to for guidance or clecha, homes, because he's a maestro in what he does, and that's the teachings of historic ancient cultura, right? He takes it all the way back to the indigenous people, to the Americas, to way before, homes, this Mexicano movement was being pushed. But he is also on the forefront, homes, when it comes to the Raza, because all youngsters, all gente need education. It's something that we thirst for. It's something that we're not entitled to, but it's something that we should grasp and run with. It's something that everybody should thirst for. It's called knowledge and history. You can't sit here and be on this brown and proud, one thing you got to get down, and not be aware of the historia behind that. Not be aware of the ancient Aztec languages or the Mayans or the Incas or Centro America, you know what I mean? And all these different lands, homes, that we once occupied or we still continue to occupy, and be able to fucking speak on things if you're not educated. Because what that does, Holmes, is that makes you look like a poop butt, a fool, if you're not quite educated in certain aspects of the game. Now, everyone's going to be entitled to their own opinion. Everyone's going to have things, different things to say, different perspectives on certain situations. But at the end of the day, if you educate yourself and you look towards people like Marvelous, who has chosen to go that route and be a maestro, basically be a teacher to the people, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Everybody needs clecha. You know, I learned that a long time ago when I was incarcerated. If you're not gamed up or clecha'd up, Holmes, and you don't have that right education, you're not indoctrinated and instilled with the right fucking morals, values, and history of your people, what's going to happen, Holmes, is you're going to look like a fool, Holmes, and the reflection of you is the reflection of the whole group that you're representing. At this time, Holmes, we're not representing Norte and Sur. There are individuals that are doing that, and perros, oh my, right? We're representing Raza way. Brown people, Chicano power, Mexican power, things of that nature, Holmes. And whenever you're doing that, you need to look not like the fool, Holmes. You need to look very educated, very professional in your doings, Holmes. And it takes individuals like Marvelous de Maravilla, Holmes, to go out there on the forefront and spread the wealth of education, Holmes. That's one of the greatest things you can get. You can get feria. Orale, I love a bolsita. Saca la bolsita. Well, all we got on the menu today is coca and black. No, I don't want none of that, Holmes. I need some education, right? So get some knowledge that you definitely can't get in college. Like the gunner be saying bang, bang, right? That's what I need. And someone like the caliber of Marvelous de Maravilla is exactly the people I turn to, Holmes. Doesn't matter where he's from. Doesn't matter the region he grew up in. None of that matters. What matters to me the most is the fact, Holmes, that what he says are facts, are actual, are real. You know, we can agree to disagree on certain aspects of the game, but at the end of the day, there's no denying the fact that this guy has went the extra mile to educate himself so that way he could spread that to the people, so that way the people are up on game. Period, man. So he's a very influential person when it comes to YouTube and in life in general, because he's out there giving the education that we basically need, we hunger for, we thirst for. As youngsters in the game, it's up to you, man, to go out there and grasp the education, but get it from a real one who's really about the business, who really has a history in the calles, Holmes. That I say Marvelous is. I commend him for that. So now the last one on the list is some Bozo from Merced, California. Orale, bang, bang, right? That's myself. What am I trying to bring to the forefront for the people? I'm for the people, by the people. I've said that from day one. I continue that struggle. I've been through a lot of oppression in my life. Coming from Northern California, we were always the small group. We were always the oppressed group. We were always the group looked at as off-brand or different, okay? We strived and struggled as Norteños, Homes, to truly head towards victory, right? In the beginning, man, it wasn't about Raza to me. In the beginning, it was about Northern Raza. It was about my gente, my people, and how we came across and how we looked. I carried myself with a lot of professionalism. Like I said, I hungered for education and educated myself through books, through different, willings and dealings I had with people. And the reason being was I always wanted to look the part, not just play the part. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, as I grew older and twists and turns and things happened down my path of life, I realized, first and foremost, Holmes, it wasn't only about the Northern Raza and the Southern Raza and whoever, the Bulldogs. It was more so about the brown people, Holmes, and our oppression and our strife and everything that we've went through. I've had a lot of familia in my life, man, that's been in the struggle, right? When I say the struggle, not necessarily the Norteño struggle, Holmes, but they've been on the struggle. They've marched with Cesar Chavez. They marched with Martin Luther King, Holmes. They've been about civil rights. The activism has been real, Holmes. So I come from a long line of people that are willing to go out there and put their fucking namesake on the line to handle it for our gente. And I continue that struggle, man. It's generational and it's going to continue to be generational. For a while there, Holmes, I was sidetracked. I was selfish. My intention was only about me. As I have come to YouTube and I've utilized and grasped this platform, Holmes, I intend to keep this platform Raza based for everybody, for the people, by the people, but at the same time, Holmes, I'm rocking the good rhyme, Holmes, and I'm literally going out there, man, and making sure that every voice from the Raza perspective is felt on YouTube, in the world. That's what I bring to the forefront. What I bring is a very solid attitude towards the Raza. The embracement is real. I embrace all people. Come on in. The water's just fine. I do it with comedy. I do it with education, homes. I do it with real talk. I do it with no added preservatives, and I definitely do it with no bullshit. That is not my agenda. My agenda here, being influential to the YouTube Raza genre, is to promote unity and a coming together of people. Now, whether I do it in my own unique way and you like it or you don't, Sabasuke, you can't deny the fact that I've never switched up. I've been consistent and I've had my fucking toes locked in this concrete. So, yeah, it hurts. What the hurts, right? But I've had it locked into the concrete and I'm constantly doing what needs to be done for the people. I think every person on that list right there, homes, brings a mentality unlike no other, brings a perspective, brings a fucking an educational factor, brings something to the forefront. And that's why this list right here, and there's so many honorable mentions. You know, we got people like Big Rojo, who constantly fucking tries to do everything that he can for the people, man. If you only knew better, you would do better. He's one of the fucking best men I've met. That's why we've become very good friends. I see he has a big heart, homes, but he also don't play that shit. That's my stilo right there. I ain't fucking around with you, homes. But at the end of the day, here, you need a fucking shirt? I got you. Raza, stand up. We will all continue to do it in our own ways. I would love to come together as a gente, maybe one of these days on a panel and sit down. I know some of us, man, don't see eye to eye, homes, but it's not about seeing eye to eye. Sometimes we have to look further than the eye, homes, into the mentality of oneself so that way we could do something for the people. I just wanted to put this out there. I think these are the most influential Raza on YouTube. If you agree, hit that like one time. Please leave your comment. If you don't agree, I know there's several other individuals that are also doing their things and their platforms are wide open. And please mention them. You know, there's some honorable mentions here. You know what I mean? Like I've said, and then there's some that ain't. There's some that just are like comadres and they like chisme and they like to talk just to talk. And Sabasuke, those are the ones that I'm not fucking with, period, homes, because they bring the raza down. They don't lift us up, homes. I'm going to continue this struggle, and I'm sure everybody that I have on that thumbnail will continue as well. Anyways, with that being said, Vatos are like, damn, gun, I wasn't expecting this today. Well, you know what I mean? Expect the unexpected when you come to the gun. Fuck with your boy one time. Fuck with me, fuck with me. Anyways, with that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, man, it's all about going out there struggling and striving for your familia, for your gente, for your people, for our people, you know? We're all one. Homes, not one and done, but one and some. Homes, we're trying to get ours. And with that being said, if you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with that thumbs up, notification bell. Tap into everybody that you see on that motherfucking thumbnail right there. We could all use a helping hand sometimes. That's what friends are for. And even some of them others I don't like, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? You got to respect it. You know what I mean? If you don't like me, if you're like, fuck, this guy's all bullshit and he's bullshitting the bullshitters, right? You can hit me with the thumbs down, heavy as the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to struggle and strive for what I truly believe in. And that's the coming together of all gente. Motherfucking flags are planted. We're making a push. Raza, stand up. Shout out to all my Africano brothers, man, who are opening doors and paving the way for what we got going on. Bang, bang, because we can't stop, because we won't stop, because we don't stop. Orale.